There's something magical about putting the hard work in during off-season and sitting and watching deer movements on a well-prepared food plot the very first time in early season. And when a target deer reads the script and follows your well-designed and planned movement patterns you've built into the plot's features, then it's just about as good as it gets. My food plot planting experiences go back to nearly 30 years ago in early 1995. They were pretty simple and small, but I was giving it a try where and when I could. Good luck finding any kind of publications that even mentioned food plots, yet alone any kind of instructions. The online information highway had yet to hatch from its shell, so magazines and books were the only places I could find some kind of guidance. In those early days, I was always working to create some kind of security cover that would go around the perimeter of those early food plots. As my habitats were improving and my security around them increased, I began playing with manipulating deer and buck movements to see if I could get deer, and ideally target bucks, to walk by or stand where I'd like them to for close archery shooting opportunities. Over the years, I've been doing pretty good using downed and hinged trees to pinch deer near my stand setups, and I thought I can do the same thing in open food plots using mowed trails and structures planted into the plots and fields. I'd already had good success using miscanthus and switchgrass as screening. Now I just needed to put it to work in my larger plots. So I started designing pinch points and gaps using what I knew about the local pressured deer to nudge them through gaps and wider openings that they didn't feel confined in while using. What I've found here with these spooky southern Michigan bucks is an in the plot pinch around 20 to 25 yards wide seems not to bother the mature deer. As well as the mowed and planted movement trails have worked in this plot when in soybeans, my future plans were to plant this field in perennials, so I needed a different setup. Over a 2 to 3 year process, I started planting miscanthus grass rhizomes in 2 rows to create a functional pinch point finger that ends about 22 yards from my elevated blind. It took me a couple of different seasons to complete planting the miscanthus pinch point, mainly because of running out of rhizomes the first year and then finishing up the line a couple of seasons later. By mid-October, well-used scrapes located in the pinch point travel route signaled to me the mature bucks were actively using the pattern just as I had planned. I've had such good luck with these pinch points on my home farm that I now design 1 or more of these into client properties that I'm asked to develop long-term habitat plans for. It may not look like much, but it's enough for deer to use it as a barrier in a screen too. I took this video in late August last summer. When the wind in my favor, these does and fawns had no idea I was 50 yards east of them. In my opinion, these kinds of details are more than worth the effort. Watching a shooter or an up-and-comer buck walk through the gap that you've built is pretty hard to beat. I have 2 messages for those watching this today. 1, it's always a good idea to try new setups and features, because 1 or more of them just might work. Secondly, our habitats and forage plans will change with annual rotation and soil improvements, and when they do, it's time to plan on making enhancements that parallel those changes. I truly hope some of you watching this video give these food source pinch points a try. Hunting them very lightly under the ideal conditions can really make you a believer in them. Thanks for watching another Habitat Solutions 360 LLC video. Remember to always keep it fun. Good luck and good habitat.